So let's go with Sega first. So what is your favorite Sega game?
Sega. I'm gonna have to just say Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's always been a classic. I think it was the first game I ever got with my Sega when I was a kid, and to this day, I still don't think I've beat that game just because it was so challenging. Which maybe one of these days on stream I will complete that one.
Okay. So what about the Sega Genesis?
Oh, Genesis, yeah, that was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Yeah, we did that one.
Okay.
Sonic 3 was another good one. But yeah, the Sonic series in general is just a really good series. Any one of them really are great games.
Okay. So what is your favorite with the Super Nintendo and Nintendo?
All right. Super Nintendo and Nintendo are tough, mostly because Mario 2, Mario 3, and Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. Man, you can't go wrong with Mario games. And Mario 2 and 3, there's just so much nostalgia behind them because to me, those games brought families together. Like back in my day, we had like the whole family would gather around while, whether it was me, my aunt, my grandmother, mom, dad, any of them, whoever was playing, like the whole family would gather around and watch Mario 2 and 3. And there's just a lot of nostalgia behind that for me because it brought the family together. And then Mario 4 for the Super Nintendo, Super Mario World actually is what it's called. Man, that game just went above and beyond with graphics, gameplay, story, and all that. So those will always be some of my favorites for those consoles just because of that.
Okay. Okay. So what about the Nintendo 64?
Nintendo 64, fantastic system. Got a lot of hate because it was a cartridge based console when everyone else was going CD, but it had some of the best games of our time. My favorite ones were, of course, WWF, WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy.
Yes.
But then we had games like GoldenEye, Perfect Dark. Geez, classic games that, I mean, best part is that console had 4 controller ports. So you could invite friends over and you could play 4 players right out the box right there. That was something else incredibly amazing at the time.
Yeah. I definitely remember growing up with my cousins and having my cousins coming over and we all just sit down and play the game for hours at a time.
God, I can't tell you how many nights we spent just literally playing Perfect Dark for hours until like 5, 6 in the morning. And then we're like, oh, what time is it? We got to get home.
Yeah. Okay. So what is your favorite game on PlayStation?
PlayStation has to be, and this is coming from a racing fan. I grew up a big NASCAR fan from my dad's side of the family. So Destruction Derby, it was shortly after the console came out. It was a game that combined wrecking and racing. And as a kid, I loved seeing wrecks in NASCAR, even though I liked the competitive aspect of it as well. But with Destruction Derby, you had 2 different game modes. You had what was called wrecking racing, where they just literally all your main goal was to wreck everybody. And then stock car racing, which was the actual stock car effect of it. So that's probably my favorite all-time PlayStation game, just because it's combined everything I loved as a kid, crashing and racing.
So what game is your favorite game?
I'd say currently right now, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, and it's weird too because I tell this to a lot of my friends. I go, I don't like player versus player shooters, but Fortnite, there's something about that game, especially the co-op side of it, where you can have your friends play with you. There's just something about it. I have a blast with it, and it's a lot of fun. I never thought I'd get into a game like that, and like I can't play Call of Duty online, but I'll play Fortnite online. So that's probably my favorite one right now.
Okay. So are you a PlayStation fan or an Xbox fan?
I would say currently I'm an Xbox fan, mostly because there's Halo and God, I can't remember what else is on there. The rare titles right now, like Perfect Dark and whatever. But growing up, I would say I was more of a PlayStation kid just because PlayStation had a lot of good games back then. But in my opinion, the last decade or so, Sony has just they've kind of drifted away from putting out a lot of, good, great titles. So I'm going to say Xbox for now.